As a tour guide, I want to share with you the best things to do in Munich, Germany. I will show you main attractions, visit famous breweries, stumble upon surprising discoveries, and explore the amazing heritage of the most popular city in Germany. Welcome to the capital city of Bavaria, the largest German state. Old Town is home to most attractions, and this bell tower, affectionately known as Old Peter, will give you the best overview of the historic city center. The 300 feet high bell tower has a viewing platform, but there are 306 steps to get there. Tower belongs to the oldest parish church, built when monks founded the city in the 1100s. No wonder that the name of the city derives from a German word for monk. Over the past 800 years, St. Peter's Church has seen many reconstructions, but its main features include a ceiling fresco and a Baroque main altar with a golden figure of St. Peter. Interestingly, in one of the side chapels is a glass case with a skeleton covered in gold and decorated with precious stones belonging to Saint Munditia. Just a stone's throw away is Munich's main square that has always been the heart of the city. Square got its name after a column in the middle dedicated to the Virgin Mary, a protector of Bavaria. It was built as a gratitude to Mary for keeping Munich safe while it was occupied by Sweden in the 1600s. Square also has not just one, but two town halls. The old town hall is from the 1300s and features distinctive tunnels. With the rapid growth of the city in the 1800s, the old town hall eventually became too small. That is why new, impressive town hall was built, and it reflected the power and the wealth of Bavaria. It features a 280 feet high clock tower with a viewing platform, and yes, this one does have an elevator. But the tower is famous for housing one of the most popular Munich landmarks, the Glockenspiel. It's worth planning a visit around its chimes, as 43 bells play music every day at 11 a.m., at noon and at 5 p.m. While the bells can play different songs, the figurines will always display the same two historical events. The upper floor shows a royal wedding from 1568, when this square hosted a jousting tournament and the Bavarian knight triumphed over his opponent from Lorraine. The lower floor shows the coppers' dance, when barrel makers were the first to get back to the streets to amuse the people after a severe plague in 1517. By tradition, the dance is performed every 7 years. Here is also Fisch's Fountain, the most famous meeting spot in Munich. Also, if you wash your wallet here on Ash Wednesday, you will spend the rest of the year without financial worries. But your financial worries will grow worse if you take a walk between the main square and Karlsplatz Square. This pedestrian area is the most important shopping area of Munich, with beautiful shops. Shopping continues even underground, where you can find Europe's largest underground shopping center, a modern and stylish Stachus-Passagen. Besides lovely shops, pedestrian area offers great historical attractions, and literally the biggest one is Munich's Cathedral. Massive 15th century church has huge twin bell towers, a symbol of Munich. Twin towers are such an important landmark that no new building is permitted to exceed their height. One of the bell towers offers the highest vantage point in the old town, and before you ask, yes, it has an elevator. Massive church has a simple, vast interior split by double row of 22 pillars. According to the legend, the devil himself provided the money for the construction. His condition was that the building would have no windows to celebrate darkness. When the devil stepped into the church, he could see no windows, although there was light. After taking a few steps, the pillars revealed the windows. Angry devil stamped his foot, forever marking the floor with his footprint. But Munich has even more popular places of devotion, its world-famous beer halls. And this is it, the Hofbräuhaus, one of the world's most famous taverns and the cradle of Bavarian beer culture. Every day, huge crowds of people visit its immense beer halls, especially during the Oktoberfest. According to the legend, the Duke of Bavaria found the beer in Munich so bad that he commissioned his own state brewery. In 1589, the Hofbräuhaus brewery was built to produce beer for Bavarian royalty. In the 1800s, the Hofbräuhaus opened to the public, and it quickly became the center of public and political life. The brewery was moved to the suburbs, while the original building was remodeled to house Bräuhaus beer halls. Its traditional rooms are considered to be the cradle of Bavarian tavern culture, and in one of them, Hitler even founded the Nazi Party. 100-year-old tables are reserved for the regulars, and they are marked with the word Stammtisch, as tavern has more than 100 active groups of regulars who store their own personalized beer mugs in a beer mug safe shelf. Sure, old churches, old squares, and old breweries are expected in Munich, but my next 3 discoveries will surprise you. First is an endless staircase called Umschreibung. It stands as a sculpture in the atrium of an office building not far from the Oktoberfest fairground. 2 spiral staircases interlocked with each other are creating a continuous loop in the form of a double helix. Structure is impressively balanced on one point and represents a movement without destination. Another surprise is a popular summer beach, although hundreds of kilometers away from the sea. River Isar has a popular section known as Flaucher with wide pebble shores that invite people to barbecues, swimming and relaxing. The area got its name after the barkeeper Johann Flaucher. In the 19th century, this man changed the former Forest's Lodge into one of the most visited beer gardens in Munich. Surprisingly, the city center of Munich has some serious surfing. Artificial river Eisbach provides consistent waves that attract surfers and onlookers all year round. The waves on the Eisbach River are at the entrance to one of the biggest city parks in Europe, English Garden Park. Park was designed in the style of an English landscape park, hence its name. Its landmark is a temple-like building called Monopteros that stands on a man-made hill and offers a beautiful view of the city. Another park landmark is the Chinese Tower from the late 1700s. Around a wooden tower with 5 floors is the second largest beer garden in Munich with about 7,000 seats. Tower was destroyed during the World War II and rebuilt in its original style, although it no longer serves as an observation deck due to security reasons. Munich has many great city parks, but one of them was built to host Summer Olympic Games in 1972, and its Olympic spirit is still here. Unique Olympic Stadium with its world-famous tent roof was used for the opening and closing ceremonies and now hosts cultural and sport events. Here is also a green Olympic mountain rising above the Olympic Lake. After the World War II, Munich was heavily damaged and the area was used as a rubble dump. But the Olympic Games gave the opportunity to transform a mountain of debris into a green mountain with a 360 observation deck. But the best view of Munich and the Alps is from the highest building in the city and one of the highest towers in Europe. The TV tower, known as Olympic Tower, has a viewing platform 625 feet above the ground that provides the widest and most spectacular panoramic view and can be visited daily from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Right next to the Olympic Park are the headquarters of world-famous car and motorcycle brand BMW. The complex is marked by distinctive skyscraper and futuristic architectures of BMW Museum and BMW World. The BMW Museum is inside a famous circular building opened in 1973. It shows more than 100-year history of the company, exhibits of cars, motorbikes and engines, tracking milestones and BMW's design from its roots to present day. The museum is connected to another masterpiece of modern architecture, BMW World. Here you can see the latest BMW cars and motorbikes, and you can also tour the factory. Back in the Old Town is a hidden gem widely overseen by tourists. It is this church, squeezed between the houses from the 1700s, that was built as a private chapel by 2 brothers. But due to its crazy interior, it soon became a public church named after the 2 brothers. As a private chapel, it could avoid restrictions that normally apply to churches, and if you peek inside, You will see why. Unfortunately, its absolutely crazy and over-the-top Baroque interior can be seen only from the entrance. Still, you can see almost everything from the iron gates, although there are so many details that you'll never be able to see them all. Sitting area of the church represents earth and is relatively dark and gloomy, but the higher up you look, the brighter the church becomes. The brightly lit top level opens onto the sky and is dedicated to God and eternity. As the seat of Bavarian Kingdom, Munich has an impressive royal palace. Its western side opens up to this square with a boulevard, and both of them were commissioned by King Ludwig I. King Ludwig was a fan of Italian architecture and art, as can be seen from a replica of the Loggia dei Lanzi from Florence. It is dedicated to the Bavarian army as it houses bronze statues of Bavarian generals. Opposite to the royal palace is the striking bright yellow facade of Theatiner Church, also in the style of Italian Baroque. Square opens up towards the city's grandest boulevard, Royal Avenue of the Ludwigstrasse, that used to serve for state parades. And this was the seat of Bavarian Kingdom, the largest inner-city palace in Germany. The Munich Residenz was the seat of government and residence of Bavarian dukes, electors and kings for more than 400 years until the end of the First World War. Much of the residence was destroyed during the Second World War, but it was gradually reconstructed and refurbished to its original state and once again reflects the power and wealth of the Bavarian monarchs. It is one of the largest museum complexes, and to see its 130 rooms will take some time. King Ludwig I expanded the residence complex and decorated it in his beloved Italian Renaissance style. At the ticket office, you won't find guided tours, but you can go around on your own using a free audio guide. Be sure to check an amazing barrel-vaulted banquet hall with frescoes created to show off the extensive royal collection of antiques. You also shouldn't miss a treasury with a collection of jewels spanning more than 1,000 years, including the crown of Princess Blanche, the oldest surviving royal crown of England. Worth checking out are also beautiful royal gardens known as Hofgarten. They are surrounded by impressive arcade-style passages decorated with frescoes and home to the German Theatre Museum. At the center of the park stands a pavilion from the 1600s known as Diana Temple. This is a very popular and relaxing park with free entrance. On the outskirts of Munich is one of the most impressive remains of royal splendor that dominated Bavaria over centuries. One of the largest royal palaces in Europe, served as a summer residence of Bavarian kings, and with its width even exceeds the famous French Versailles. When founded in the 1600s, a lavishly decorated Baroque-style palace was built on the open field outside the city. You can visit the interior to admire well-preserved, exquisite decoration and furnishings of the era. The highlights include a Rococo-style ballroom, the Queen's bedroom with a bed on which famous King Ludwig II was born, and a collection of portraits of beautiful women admired by Ludwig I. The palace also houses various museums, including one of the world's most important collections of court carriages and world's largest collection of porcelain. The enormous garden surrounding the palace is based on French gardens of Versailles with a symmetrical layout and the magnificent grand staircase. The rest of the park is predominantly an English landscape park with romantic little castles, pavilions, lakes and bridges. At the ticket office you can get an audio guide, but there is also a park app that helps you discover the property. There's a lot to see here, so be prepared to do a lot of walking and to spend at least half a day. But besides amazing attractions, you should also explore Munich's amazing food and beer in the top right corner. Also check my favorite Munich tours and experiences in the description below. My name is Rock, super thanks for the thumbs up and for watching, and see you next time.